welcome to DyerTimes. I'm David Dyer, and today we're going to be discussing non-lethal self-defense options. Here to assist me is Penny Maple. I have extensive training in this field, however Penny has never done any of this before.
That's true. Hi, I'm Penny Maple, performance artist and blogger for horrorfullife.com, and though I fantasize often about killing zombies, I probably wouldn't fare so well against a breather.
Well, Penny, you're in luck, because we are going to compare pepper spray, a stun gun, and a taser. They may not be what you need to stop a zombie, but work great on humans. So, if you did get attacked, how prepared do you think you'd be to handle that?
Well, probably not very. I do know how to strike and where to strike, but I probably don't drill enough to make a response.
Okay, well let's look at pepper spray and its effectiveness. With all things, there are pros and cons. Some of the great things about pepper spray is you can defend against multiple attackers at once. You can typically do this at ranges of 10 to 15 feet. Additionally, if you spray your attacker and he or she flees, most sprays have a UV marker so that police can identify that person up to 24 hours later, even if that person showers. Price is typically around $8 to $15 depending on what you get, and it's very easy to incapacitate a large person with ease. Now, there are thousands of choices when it comes to picking a pepper spray, and considerations for the SHU or Scoville heat unit, which is a rating for like peppers and things like that, and the higher that rating, the more concentrated the spray or peppers. The most common spray is oleoresin capsaicin, and it's made from ground peppers. Some of these sprays also have added agents that give the capsaicin staying power. It's also more effective against intoxicated people because it actually acts as an inflammatory and not an irritant. And then of course the last thing you want to consider is making sure that you do find a spray with a UV marker so that the police can identify that person after the attack. There are also many types of delivery systems, most of which are aerosol based. We went shopping and picked out what we felt was the best spray for Penny. We didn't just buy one, but two. One to practice with and one to carry. You should never carry any self-defense product without fully understanding its capabilities. Unless you're an expert knife fighter or trained in tactical baton, these are never ever good options. We will not actually be spraying an actual person with pepper spray today, unfortunately. As a former police officer, my days of getting sprayed are over, and sadly, no one else would volunteer. So that's a true testament to how truly bad this stuff is. The key to self-defense is situational awareness. If it's late and you're headed to the parking garage, have your spray in your hand and ready to use. Second, don't hesitate. In the moment it would take you to threaten your attacker, they may already have their hands on you. Spray and separate yourself from the situation. And of course, once you're in a safe location, call 911. Also, many people put their sprays on overly full key rings. Don't create an obstacle for yourself. Have your spray unencumbered and easily accessible. So Penny, are you ready to do a little practicing?
I am now.
Great. Well, you realize we haven't talked about the cons to pepper spray.
Well, there's always something, isn't there?
Yes, indeed. Well, each can has a limited range and a limited amount of spray. For instance, if your spray has 8 seconds worth, then you have 8 1-second sprays, or any mix of those numbers. This particular one has 25 bursts, so 20 to 25 second spray duration. We also recommend that you replace your sprays every year, or sooner if you use it. The worst part is there's a chance you will get some on you when you spray your attacker. That's why it's so important to understand the effects of the spray. To use the spray properly, put both hands up. One hand holds the spray and the other is to push back your attacker if necessary. Then what you want to do is yell at them and let them know that you have pepper spray and you're willing to use it.
Back up! I've got pepper spray!
Okay, and if that doesn't deter them, then aim for the eyes, push and shoot. Now, to ensure complete coverage, move the spray back and forth across the eyes until your attacker falls to the ground. Now, if you're able to subdue them quickly, then save what spray you have left, place the spray on safe, flee to a safe area, and call 911. Also, be mindful that different sprays have different spray patterns. Make sure you know what spray yours is and that you use it properly according to that spray pattern. Actually using the spray is very easy. As we said earlier, it's got the detachable keychain piece as well as the safety, and on this particular Saber model it just flips to the side and is ready to use. Okay, so she's walking through a parking garage or a sketchy area. She has her spray in her hand and ready to use. So when an attacker does present themselves, she puts both hands up, one hand to block, one hand to spray, flips the safety off, and then attempts to distance herself a little bit from the situation. Now, if the wind's blowing toward her, she can expect to get some of the spray in her face. Again, one of the cons to pepper spray. So let's try spraying it and see what that's like.
Okay. Not doing anything.
Okay, you gotta press when you open it. You actually have to press down there. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. See, practice.
Otherwise. Oh.
There you go. Try it again. Don't point it at you.
Okay.
That's perfect. Okay, so Penny, now that you had the opportunity to actually get some pepper spray out and use it, spray it a little bit, get a taste for it. What are your thoughts?
Well, I've carried pepper spray before. I used to live in New York, so I carried it then, but I never actually used it. Which, as we've learned, you want to do that beforehand. The fact that the wind, the direction of the wind can affect that makes me a little nervous, but in an urban setting like a subway, it would be great.
Absolutely. Well, you can take this one with you, and that way, on your way home, you're good to go.
It's a lovely parting gift, thank you.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a look at how a stun gun differs from pepper spray, and they differ from a taser, and see if it's any more or less effective than pepper spray.
Okay.